Relations between the US and Cuba are warming up. Obama is the first president to have visited the island since 1928. But how have Americans been living in Cuba all these years? I go to the socialist state to find out.
I'm on my way to Cuba, that's where I'm going. Cuba, that's where I'll stay. Cuba.
I first go to the agricultural fair right outside Havana to talk to Horace Clemens and Saul Barenthal, the two Americans who will open the first US factory on Cuban soil since the 1960 embargo. They will produce tractors and other much-needed machinery for Cuba's agriculture and constructions.
The inspiration of it was December 2014, when President Obama allowed Americans to start doing commerce with Cuba. There's a lot of need for reconstruction of the whole architecture of Cuba, plus building new housing for the people.
The problems between America and Cuba are not at the personal level, they're at the political level. So if we can remove the political problems, the people will enjoy each other very much. I believe the embargo will be lifted, and I think that's the right thing to do. So it may take a month or two longer if it's a Republican president, but I believe it's inevitable that the embargo will be lifted.
Everyone seems to be having a blast, signing contracts like there is no tomorrow. The agricultural fair is full of cowboys and American symbols. Let's hear what the people here think of Americans.
A través de los años, aquí siempre se ha usado el estilo americano.
E se podría decir una cosita a Obama, ¿qué le diría?
Bueno, que siga la línea que está marcando ahora.
Y Obama va a llegar acá en una semana, ¿no? ¿Qué piensa de eso?
Muy bueno, que Dios lo bendiga y que siga haciendo todo lo que está haciendo por los cubanos.
¿Y qué piensa del hecho que Obama va a llegar acá la semana?
Eso es un hecho extraordinario, porque la relación a lo mejor va a ir mejor.
Los americanos son lo máximo.
Y bueno, ¿a usted le gusta la cultura americana?
Sí, a mí me gusta la cultura americana, es un país muy bonito, que tiene muy grandes oportunidades.
Si los Yumas van a llegar acá, ellos van a abrir un McDonald's.
Bueno, yo seré la primera en comerme esa McDonald's.
And then this happened.
So we've been contracted to make a little translation and see if we can explain an American how a Cuban machine works. Let's see how that goes.
Aquí hace la misión.
It went poorly. Truth be told, I had no idea how this engineering marvel operated. But this didn't stop the American and Cuban farmers becoming good friends, and a small crowd of curious passers-by gather around us. The last person I visit is Pablo Menendez. Pablo is originally from Oakland, California, and has been living in Cuba for 50 years, becoming a well-known musician. He has personally met Fidel Castro on several occasions.
When you think of the future and the relations between the United States and Cuba, how do you feel?
You know, from the Cuban side, I don't see any problem at all. You know, and you know, my 50 years of living in Cuba certainly been proof to me that there's no problems for Americans in Cuba. During the times when it was prohibited by the U.S. government to come to Cuba, in Cuba we got a lot of the best people from the United States. Those that were willing to go the extra mile and think a little bit more. And why am I prohibited to go there? No, I want to go there and see for myself and make my own decision. That's the best type of ambassador that the United States can have. People of the United States think that Cuba limited at some point Americans from coming here. People from the United States have always been welcomed into Cuba. And now the United States finally had to recognize the Cuban government. The president had to come here. And whoever wins the ball game, it's better for the relations, you know, so I hope for the best.
It turns out Cubans love Americans and Americans love Cubans. Baseball is a religion and the American flag hangs everywhere in Havana. Could this be one of the many times in history where governments don't embody the will of the governed? And sure, Cuba has a lot of work to do on the human rights front. People should not be incarcerated without fair trial on Cuban soil, another of the many things that America and Cuba have in common. But in an age of rising walls, any type of bridge should be welcomed.